Medyo serial entrepreneur ang asawa ko. Kaya actually, ang dami naming endeavors together.
Hey guys, here in a nutshell with me, Ina. Alam niyo, there is a misconception that yung mga lumilipat, nangingibang bansa o lumilipat dito sa Canada ay yung mga Pilipino na mahihirap ang buhay sa Pilipinas. Yung mga sabi nila, hindi naka-take off sa Pilipinas, yung mga ganyan. You know, ako, I do not believe that. There are many reasons why Filipinos leave the country. At yan po ang topic natin today. Ang ating i-interviewin, alam mo, very comfortable naman din sila sa Pilipinas. In fact, meron pa silang malaking negosyo or may negosyo pa rin po sila sa Pilipinas na ino-operate mula dito sa Canada. So anyway, yan po ang pag-uusapan natin with Sigrid Perez. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sig, for being here.
Yes, of course. Happy to share. Hello, Ina. Hello to your viewers. I'm sure most of them are from the Philippines. So magandang umaga, magandang hapon, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
You heard my intro, di ba?
Yes.
First off, sige, before I ask you about your experience, do you share the same sentiment? And have you observed that there is a notion na lahat ng mga daw lumilipat sa Pilipinas, yung mga hirap sa buhay sa Pilipinas? Ako personally, I don't believe that's always the case.
Mm-hmm.
Ikaw, what do you think about that?
Well, I think perhaps that was the reputation na create in the earlier part of the Filipinos migrating to Canada, no? Pero I think I have seen and I know this for a fact that there are some friends of mine na who've decided to move for other reasons. And these reasons are really personal for them. And sometimes it's not always financial.
Correct.
But it can be. It's not always financial.
Correct. If my viewers only knew yung effort ko, because, you know, I've been trying to reach out to yung mga top executives na back in the Philippines, yung mga doktor na sa Pilipinas, who are here already. Ang dami kong tinatry ma-interview, pero nahihiya sila. But then again, it really happens na may mga, mayayaman na, sabihin ng mga tao sa Pilipinas, but they really move out of the Philippines. Again, for different, mostly personal reasons. Okay, let's go to your story.
Okay.
Okay. Can you give us a glimpse first, Sig, of how life was back in the Philippines? Grabe, si Sig po, ang kanilang family, she has 8 children. Oh my God. Walo po ang kanyang anak. Okay.
Yun ang aking claim to fame.
Grabe. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Brief introduction. Ako po si Sigrid Perez. Tama po si Ina. I have 8 children, but 1 husband. Baka magulat sila eh. So, ang husband ko po ay entrepreneur. Ako rin po, actually, ang background ko is really into education. But really, because when the business started growing, he needed me to help. And so with that, I took care more of the internal administrative sides of the business while he went to pursue, growing the business.
Dahil I also know Sir Paul, baka napanood niya siya sa mga ibang interviews, but he was also a PR executive a while back. Kasi nung reporter ako, he was in that PR. I think we sort of, baka nagkasalisi kami at one point in time. And then before he got into the business, mamaya pag-uusapan po natin yung business nila.
Sure.
Diba? Oo.
Businesses, actually.
Businesses, diba?
Yeah.
Would you say that you guys were living a fairly comfortable life? Sabihin nung iba, may pera naman, you were able to afford everything, especially ma'am, you have 8 children. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, okay. So I would say yes, perhaps hindi kami yung naghihirap, largely because of my husband's or Paul's talaga hard work. But we did have our struggles. Like I think parang may struggles din kami. Syempre, in any growing business, meron ka talagang sakripisyo. Minsan talaga dumaan din kami sa time na okay, wala mo na kaming sweldo, i-give
Yeah.
up namin yung sweldo for all of those, for the needs of the businesses, no? But I guess what matters is that you are working together and
Mhm.
that you are united in your vision, no? Achieving your
Yeah.
goals.
I think with every business naman, syempre, ang swerte mo na lang if you don't go through all those struggles in starting a business from scratch. Alam mo,
Yes.
sige na nga, baka tanongin nila, ano ba yung negosyo na yan? I'll just be putting up some photos of it.
Yes.
The business is an ice cream business. They have an ice cream, hindi lang ice cream shop eh. It's like a full-blown restaurant.
Yeah. Mhm.
How would you describe Papa Diddy's? Ayan.
Yes, okay. Actually, mas nakikilala na kami sa Papa Diddy's, but that's not our first business. Our first business was in advertising. When he was, of course, he started as an employee. And then, noong 2007, and ang history nito is because our son had cancer. So, when he was 3 years old, and that's actually another story kasi that led us to founding an NGO dedicated to helping children with cancer and their families.
That NGO is still around? It's still
Oh,
active?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Very
We
much so.
founded an NGO helping cancer patients and families dealing with a
Yes,
lot of
particularly children with cancer and their families. Kasi dumaan kami doon, nakita namin yung hirap na pinagdadaanan ng mga pamilya. Talagang tama yung sinasabi. Minsan kung ano man yung naipon mo na bilang pamilya, pag nagka-cancer talaga, back to zero eh. What motivated Paul to start our business was because he said, he prayed and he talked to God in prayer and told him na, Lord, if you're going to give me back my son's life, because he was really near death. As we all know, in the advertising industry, you're literally married to the job.
Yeah.
So he did when that happened, he said, Lord, if you're going to give me back my son's life, if you're going to restore his health back, I promise that I will leave this job. Sabi niya, because I have, because of this, I have not spent time with my family, and these are the growing years of my children. So sabi niya, I'll leave and I'll find a way that I can start something that will help me spend more time with my family. When he was able to recover from cancer. And that's when we started our first business, which is called the Grupo Sorbetero Company. So, I guess ilang years now, almost 20 years ago. We had global clients, and then we started winning awards.
Yeah.
Globally as well.
Congratulations, by the way. I know, Papa Didi now has been featured in numerous media publications back home, I think over the past month or 2 months. Upload ko din yan. I will find it. That's, that
we
just
can also
shows.
send you the links.
That shows how, all the hard work and struggles that you mentioned, I guess, are worth it. Diba? People are now recognizing the good products that you.
Well, thankfully, kasi we're really trying to stay true to our promise for Papa Diddy's of handcrafted and local ice cream. No shortcuts.
Right now, so that first company that they formed in 2007 evolved now into Papa Diddy. Tama ba?
But no, actually, that's a separate business.
Iba pa yun. Oh my gosh, okay.
So, separate business siya, which continues to run to this day. So,
Also an ice cream business?
No, that's in advertising.
Ay, sorry. Iba yung name kasi. Sorry. Okay.
I know. Actually, medyo may
Na-confuse
twist
ako.
nga yun eh.
Parang may sorbetero kasi yung pangalan.
Correct,
So just, baka na-confuse din pala yung ating viewers. So what happened was,
Kaya he named
Paul,
it.
Paul was initially working for a different PR company. And then, he decided na dahil nga your child got better and he made a deal with God that he would leave that job and find something else to do. So he built first business niya, PR advertising company rather.
Yes. That's
hindi. And it's still running to this day.
Which is still running to this day. So 2007, that's already almost 20 years.
Okay. And then, kailan dumating yung ice cream business na Papa Didi?
Okay. So, medyo serial entrepreneur ang asawa ko. Kaya marami siyang naiisip. Hindi mo siya mailalagay sa isang box at yun lang. Marami
Oo.
siyang naiisip. Ako rin, marami rin ako naiisip. Actually, ang dami naming endeavors together. One time in 2015, sabi niya, subukan ko kayang magluto ng ice cream. Or gumawa ng ice cream, magluto. Subukan ko kayang gumawa ng ice cream. So he tried to make a recipe, which he just got, tried to follow a book recipe, but he tweaked it a bit. And then, we had guests that day. Sabi ko, serve na lang natin. Sabi niya, sige, tikman mo muna. Tikman ko, huy, ang sarap nito.
Wow!
Paano mo to? Dinagdagan ko ng ganyan, like that. So, parang lumabas yung inner foodie in him. Tapos, nung visitor, sabi niya, ano, gawa mo to? Parang hindi sila makapaniwala. Gawa mo to? Parang, oo, ganyan. Sabi niya, you should get into business for this. This is really good.
Bago po natin ipagpatuloy ang episode na yan, meron po akong quick commercial. Meron po akong bagong YouTube channel, ang Spot Pinoy. Dito pa rin po yan sa YouTube. Kasama ko po ang dalawang ibang vloggers dito sa Canada na si Mark ng Carino Family at si Dre Rice Velasquez. Sana po suportahan ninyo tulad ng pagsuporta sa aming mga vlogs. Masaya po yun. Puro lang po kwentuhan tungkol sa buhay dito sa Canada. Follow nyo po, Spot Pinoy.
Subscribe now.
So he decided, sige, ma-explore nga yung opportunity. But syempre, nakakatawa ang lakas ng loob niya, di ba? So pag dinegosyo mo to, pero anong alam mo sa ice cream?
Yeah.
Wala naman kami. So sabi niya, no, I have to do this properly. So he said, he decided to take an ice cream course in Penn State. Sa US.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Grabe That's it's a prestigious university. University of Pennsylvania.
Correct.
Tama ba? Yeah.
That's
And
true.
the course that he took was, nagulat nga ako, may ganun pala eh.
Yes.
Dairy Science. So, wow.
Those who founded Häagen-Dazs and all these other Ben and Jerry's all went through that university.
Wow.
That course.
Tingnan nyo hindi biro ang makaka-enroll dyan sa course na yan. What's amazing is, you guys are operating these businesses all the way from Canada.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Una, you mentioned kanina, you love the Philippines, sobrang love na love nyo ang culture natin back home. And you already have businesses, successful businesses already. So, of course, the question is, ba't ka pa aalis ng Pilipinas? Okay? They entered Canada through the international student pathway, okay? Sigrid is currently is the student.
Yeah.
And Sir Paul is working in Canada, in Alberta rather.
He's on a permit.
So, sa tanong ng marami, bakit mo pa iniwan ng Pilipinas? Why?
Okay. Much as we love the Philippines, we also love our children, diba? So that was the time we've always wanted to explore. And as I mentioned, dito naman lumabas yung education advocacy namin as a couple, and particularly me, because as an educator, I've always advocated for alternative education because we believe nga children learn in different ways. It's not only typical na your school setup. At that time, we were exploring, but we never were serious about pursuing it until I think when my son received that opportunity to study abroad, because when he applied to Fordham University, and then he got he also received a scholarship. Sabi niya, parang wow, it opened a new world for us. So what happened was, Paul accompanied him. He brought him there to study. When he was there, of course, every time he travels, nare-realize niya yung opportunities that the children can be exposed to if they were studying in a more enabling environment. And that's what he always says. Diba, as parents naman, we always want to give the best to our children. The best for each family is always different.
Yeah.
So, in his scenario, sabi niya, if this is possible for him, it should also be possible for all our other kids. And how can we make that possible?
And yung enabling environment that you mentioned, I assume you found it here in Canada when you, ano ba, you looked into it? Paano ba yun?
Yeah, so yun, medyo nag-explore kami ng, sabi niya, paano kaya? So, essentially, it's really more, not so much in terms of yung education approach, kasi homeschooling nga kami and we did that. But it's really more of the environment, politically, systemic, yung ano of the setup of the Philippines. Parang it's it's medyo mahirap lang siya talagang umusad if hindi ka dumaan sa medyo sa butas ng karayom na yung experiences mo medyo ang dami, medyo mahihirapan ka talaga to pursue and push further with your goals and visions.
Let's simplify nga that. What do you mean? What is that? Sabihin nila, ano ba to? Masyadong ano tayo? Matatalino ang pag-uusap. Masyadong intellectual ang ating pag-uusap.
Medyo nagiging trying to be ano pa ako eh.
I know. Let's try to simplify it for the viewers. What was it? Ano yung sistema back in the Philippines that made you feel na parang kahit na you had successful ventures, business-wise, parang hindi kayo happy with the system back then?
During pandemic, di ba, dumaan yung nag-election din tayo.
Yeah.
And then, we were hoping really for a better Philippines under a good ruler or under a good regime, kumbaga. So, we were pushing for medyo yun yung inaambisyon namin for our kids na kung lumaki sila sa isang environment or sa isang society na mabibigyan ng oportunidad yung mga lahat, kumbaga, lahat yung efforts nila at saka yung efforts mo is bumabalik sa iyo kung ano mo hindi ka masyadong mahihirapan sa pagnenegosyo or pag-pursue ng mga plans mo in life.
I think I get what you're saying. In so many words. Ako na ang magsasabi para baka ayaw pang diretso ni Sig. Basically, I think she was frustrated. Alam mo naman, ako, I've mentioned this before, system of government back home, mga balita ng mga korupsyon sa gobyerno.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's part of it. Yun yung sinasabi mo. Frustrations with the system of government back home.
Yes. I think
doon na lang. Let's leave it at that. Okay?
Yeah. I think magaling yung pagka-describe mo doon. Medyo ganon. Doon sa pinapangarap naming mga mabubuti para sa mga anak namin, hindi namin makamit.
I think what Sigrid is trying to say is, alam mo, mabubuhay naman obviously yung mga bata sa Pilipinas.
Definitely.
But it's just that she feels maybe that her children needs to work extra hard for their whatever goals will be in life as opposed to kung ano man ang nahanap nila abroad. Sige, let's try to shorten it. Now,
sorry.
You went to Canada already. Are you happy now with how the system is here? What do you see for your children's future? Yung sinasabi mong system of government, your frustrations back home. Anong nakikita mong difference dito sa Canada?
Yeah. Actually, no government naman is perfect. No country is perfect. We know that for a fact. But nakikita namin na really it works. The system of government works for you. And you see it talaga work kaagad in practice. For example, they're responsive to the needs of newcomers. Alberta Health, which kasi we're based in Alberta, the government gives you that. It's free healthcare. So it's not ideal, pero you see your taxes working for you. Those things. Sa school setup ng mga kids. Although I did homeschool and nakwento ko naman to sa iyo.
The Philippines, she homeschooled most of us.
I homeschooled sa Philippines. When we moved here, we wanted the children to be able to experience, since nga it's a new culture, it's a new environment, na it might be better for them to be integrated into the school system kaagad.
Okay.
So, ganon. So, we were met kaagad with this reception center, tested the children, put them right away in the schools, and I can see that since the time that they started school, here in Canada back in 2023. That, oh yeah,
Mhm.
2022 December, yung ibang kids nag-start. It was, parang they liked it kaagad. I could see them grow. I
Yeah.
could see them becoming independent, making decisions for themselves, and then crafting their own, pathways, like, mom, I want to do this. Kasi iba nga yung system of
Yeah,
education.
iba po ang sistema ng pagtuturo, pagpapalaki sa mga bata sa eskwelahan
Yes.
sa Philippines and Canada, but that's for a whole different episode. Yeah, you mentioned earlier, here you see where your taxes you see where your taxes are going. That is always a hot topic, sinasabi ng mga ayaw, lalo na sa Canada. Sa Canada, may mga benefits, pero lahat naman yan binabayaran mo eh. Yung free healthcare, free schooling, and then kahit yung employment insurance, kung mawalan ka ng trabaho, pinagmamalaki mo, bibigyan ka pa rin ng gobyerno ng parang pera habang naghahanap ka ng trabaho. Pero binayaran mo lahat yun. Tapos makukuha mo lang yun pag tanggalin ka sa trabaho. All these remarks. Okay. How do you feel about that? I mean, obviously, I'm sure ngayon na-experience mo yung tax system dito sa Canada.
Mhm. Well, wala naman talagang free in life. Meron ba? Wow.
Kung may free man yan, may kapalit at kapalit pa din yan in one other form. Oo.
Totoo. So, wala naman talagang libre sa buhay. Kailangan paghirapan mo rin naman yung mga gusto mong abutin, gusto mong ma-experience sa life. May ano talaga yan. Meron kang investment na kailangan gawin, di ba? So, as it is here, yun na nga, the government, you pay your taxes, but you see that the roads are clean, the garbage is efficient, yung collection is efficient. Alam mo, kahit papano bumabalik sa benefits, in terms of benefits yan sa mga residents. I hope na, although there's some communities like that in the Philippines, sa atin, may ibang mga local government units. I am from Marikina, dun sa...
Oh yeah, okay, Marikina State.
Yes, exactly. So, nakikita namin talaga yung efficiency of the services, of government services. Na yun yung pangarap namin na mangyari sa buong Pilipinas as a whole, as a whole nation. So, but of course, ang daming corruption, ang daming with everything else. So that makes it difficult for anything to work.
I get it.
Yun yung advantage that we see, and yun yung differences lang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some people are finding it hard to believe kasi that, many Filipinos actually care not for themselves but for other people in the community back home.
Yeah. The ease of doing business lang siguro, I think it, if we can facilitate that there, it would really, really help. Kasi, as business people, it's sad to say lang, pero, yung sinasabi namin, systemic na rin yung corruption doon. Hindi mo maiiwasan na parang, bakit ganun ba talaga? Dahil ba sa kahirapan? Parang kaya dumadaan sa ganung, sa ganung sistema? Dapat hindi kasi.
So paano yung business nyo yan? Are you gonna operate it forever from here? I mean, what's the plan, for them?
Actually, before the pandemic, yung isang business namin, we've already done online. We've managed to operate it remotely. So, and then, parang it worked during the pandemic na. So, it's a matter of continuing. Yung Papa Didis, syempre, as with any business, kailangan din talaga ng tutok, di ba? Kahit na especially when it needs to grow or when it's in its growing stages, kailangan din tutukan yan. So, yun ang ginagawa namin.
Yeah, and it's really growing now, ha? As I mentioned, grabe, tingnan niyo yung mga features sa kanya ngayon sa mga publications back in the Philippines. So, there is really a momentum right now, right?
Yes, yeah. And I think the critical thing is to get the right people to do the job for you. So, you have to have honest people, that the people that you can work with. And so, constant coaching yan, constant meeting. So, yun ang ginagawa namin. So,
Yeah.
in the daytime, we do our jobs here sa Canada.
Yeah. O, tingnan nyo, kahit na meron silang kinikita, basically back in the Philippines, they're still working here. O, tingnan mo si Sigrid, international student. I would assume nga, you can afford not to take a part-time job. And
Yeah,
maybe
you need the
you still do it. Oo.
Yeah. Yeah, we still need it. A way to help. Kasi you will only know the value of your money if you're actually earning for it.
Oo,
Diba?
okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, diba? So when you're in Canada, then you have to earn your keep. So yun, we do whatever Canadian job that Paul has. I also work that way, and then I also study. But at night, when it's morning sa Manila, then that's when we log on to meetings.
Oo.
That's when we do our Manila. So parang almost kulang na lang 24 hours gising.
Who knows? Maybe Papa Diddy's can be brought to Canada.
That's actually in the works now.
Oh, paano talaga? Oh, diba? Paano?
We're planning to bring it here.
Yeah.
Kasi baka iba namang klaseng brand. Maybe it will work on local ingredients naman ng Canada.
Maple syrup. Siyempre, lagi.
Yeah, so that's actually our vision as well. Na part of the things that we want. Kasi we also want to bring it, to the rest of the world if possible.
Yeah. See, sa mga nanonood, again, tulad ng sinabi namin din sa umpisa, people move to Canada for different reasons, really.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially, tama in recent, siguro yung mga sinaunang batches, kasi, Filipinos have been moving here as early as in the 70s.
Yes.
Yeah, meron na yung mga nandito na at that time. But I think in recent years, nag-iiba yung profile ng mga Pilipinong nag-move dito. I mean, gosh, we have fresh grads pa lang nga ang target nila mga ibang bansa. So they're not actually failing back home when they haven't even really started their careers. Well, thank you so much again, Sig, for sharing your story with us. Kung meron pa pong iba, katulad ni Sig, who might want to share your story, please email me. I'd love to hear it. And who knows, kakwentuhan ko rin po kayo dito sa In a Nutshell. So that's it for this episode, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!
Bye.